she meets what's the guy's name?
Well, this is his name's Jeff.
That's it, Jeff, who is sort of he reminds me of Jerry Lawrence from Blossom. He's that sort of
Completely.
hunky guy.
Yeah,
He's
the
got
hair is the same. In fact, the person I was watching with Mandy, she mentioned that at that time there were a lot of actors or even people going around trying to look a little bit like Jim Morrison.
Yeah,
in the 80s.
you think the Jason Patrick character from Lost Boys? He's got that
Completely is. Completely that thing.
There's the leather jacket. There's the white vest T-shirt under the leather jacket, and this guy he established that he can dance well because the first thing you see him he's playing basketball, so that means you can move about.
Yeah.
Very sweaty with his nerdy friend, and then basically they meet at the audition. They seem to get on well, and then there's the other character who becomes the main sort of Sarah Jessica Parker, of course, who was only 20. She'd been in the TV series Square Pegs.
Yes. Which
I'm aware of, but I don't think she might not been shown over here.
The reason why she got this job was one of the writers who's not credited on this film was a writer for Square Pegs.
Oh, okay. And I assumed it was because she was in Footloose, which might have helped. This was sort of a cash in on that.
Maybe, but I think more to do with Square Peg. I think was much more popular franchise of show.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think Footloose was necessarily a big hit at the time.
I think it became
later on.
and that's one of the reasons I watched this film. I can't remember why I watched it. I think I caught it on TV. It must have been on an afternoon. I'd have probably been 10, maybe younger.
Right.
And thought it was fun. And then I remember it was on late night TV a while later. And it seemed like ages later, but it had been like a year. And I'd have been about 11, 12, videoed it, kept it on video. And her character was quite likeable. It's stereotypical.
Yeah.
It is what nowadays we refer to the two characters, the introvert and extrovert.
Yeah.
I like that, how it works, even though it's a bit, both characters are a bit over the top with what they are. And also Helen Hunt's character doesn't seem to have any parents.
Yeah, no parents, no anything really. I mean, maybe she's living in the school. I don't know. The Catholic school might be boarding.
I would say that
might be.
so
she gets on a bus. They get on a bus at the end of the day, so she's going somewhere.
I'd like to think it was they've cut scenes out, but I think it's lazy writing.
Oh, that is really lazy.
Yeah. But yeah, her character is the sort of rebel of the school. There's a few jokes in there with her. She just doesn't seem to care. I like that.
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker's character is meant to be the audience, I think, the nervous, I want to do something, and it's the go for your dreams.
Yeah.
Every parent in this is well anti what they want to do, which is another going back to what we've said before about adults in film.
Yeah.
The mum doesn't see back to school, he's in that.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, apparently he's in it, and so is Gina Gershon's one of the dancers.
Yes.
I think hers more obvious, so you can make out it's her. But yeah, that scene's just, it's meant for laughs. It does make me laugh, but it's just horrible when you think about it. They just trash her birthday.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I mean, and there was no, look, she's not a nice person.
Yeah.
She's clearly out to not, just she wants to win the dance and all of that, but she's not like destroying their lives or anything.
No, I do like the little, with the security bloke going, nobody, really strict, nobody about one of these invites. He's like, yeah, then everyone's got one of the invites.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Well, it's a ridiculous thing. I mean, they just go to the photocopy place and just photocopy the invitation. I mean, it's like, okay.
But they hand the invitations out while dancing, and everyone who receives the invite starts dancing.
Dancing is
amazing.
Yeah, it's fame. That's just like, I'm not a massive fan of Sarah Jessica Parker overall, never have been. And I mean, Footloose, it's interesting. Footloose I love, and she does this one, and stars in this one, no. And then she's in Flight of the Navigator, which I also love.
That'd be around this time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's just like a year later, I think.
Yeah.
So, it's a bit in between, there's two movies that I enjoy very much.
But I think, later on, I do think she's good in LA Story, not just on Steve Martin. She plays that sort of bubbly character. Whereas in this, it's that shy. I think she does a fine job at it. I can't think of how you would do that much better. So maybe I think it's the fault of the character, possibly.
Right.
I think it's written to the audience as a, I want to. It's one of those motivational films. You can do it.
Sure.
So if she was overly confident, it would have worked as a.
No, I mean, I personally don't. I don't mind the character's motivation being someone who is in that position where she's moved around loads. You are going to be shy, right? At school and stuff, more than likely.
Yeah.
And coming from a father that is very regimented, very strict. So yeah, it's the worst of the 80s.
Yeah.
Like,
which for me is probably the best.
Because it isn't. It's not a sort of type of film that I would see.
Yeah.
And or even would have seen when I was a kid. This is completely the sort of film I would have stayed away from without question, even as a young child. Because everything about it is, because I try to stick up for the 80s a lot. Because I think there's a lot of great things about that decade. And this is the thing that people like to take the piss out of.
Yeah, this is the, when you look at this, even if it's only 10 years later when they spoofed the 80s, The Wedding Singer, it looks like this.
Yeah, completely.
And that's possibly why I do like it, because it is almost 80s in a nutshell.
Yeah, like when you think 80s stereotype. Yeah, completely.
And it's almost like, like I just said with The Wedding Singer, if you was to make a film spoofing the 80s, it would look and feel like this film.
Yeah.
So in a way,